All right, welcome back to D&D Movie Time, and today we are going to be starting on our second Star Wars month. Last year when we did this, we watched all 9 of the main movies. So this time, we're going to be watching side movies and other stuff related to Star Wars. So today... Oh crap, the electricity went out. Well, then I guess we'll just have to start with Blue Harvest today. So, alright, I guess I'm just going to tell the story of what happened in the previous Star Wars. And we'll start with episode 4. See you guys in a little bit.
You to purchase this item. Family Guy presents Blue Harvest on DVD with digital copy. It's terribly clever. Remind you of anyone? I say, who is that handsome devil? My diver's gone over to the dark side. That is fantastic. Terrific work. Family Guy presents Blue Harvest on DVD with digital copy. You can move it from the DVD to your laptop or your iPod, so you can watch it anywhere. On a plane or maybe at work when nobody's looking.
Alright, we're back. And, oh look, the electricity came back. And now that Cora sat through the movie, that joke probably lands a lot harder. Okay, so we're not going to be... This is going to kick off our Star Wars month. And this is a very special episode because we're not just doing one movie. We're not going to just do a double feature. This is a triple feature. So we're going to have 3 separate scores for each one of these.
A triple trouble.
So, Cora, as most of the viewers know, normally do a review where we tell you what happened. But for simplicity's sake, we all know what happened in Star Wars. And this is just a Family Guy version of Star Wars, which is condensed into less than an hour. So they took something that was over 2 hours long and condensed it into something less than an hour at like 50 minutes.
Yeah, this was basically more of a episode length than an actual movie length.
Well, normally Family Guy episodes are only like half hours, so this is like 2 episodes of Family Guy. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and start with the score on Blue Harvest. Cora, what would you give this?
8 out of 10 was good. The jokes were great. But what's the Blue Harvest? The name don't really make any sense.
If I remember correctly, it was called Blue Harvest because before it was ever called Star Wars, a lot of movies, they have secret project names.
Oh,
so that the public doesn't know what the movie is that's being worked on.
So I'm assuming the Blue Harvest was the project name for Star Wars.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was the code name for Star Wars originally, Blue Harvest. Now, that isn't going to be the same for the next 2 movies, but, I mean, that was the joke with this one. That's why it was called Blue Harvest. So, did you have favorite jokes, speaking of jokes?
Probably them making fun of the fact that part 1, 2, and 3, or episodes or whatever came out after, but yeah, I guess it's pretty much the entire part of a prequel.
Yeah. Anything else? Did you have a favorite character? I mean, you're not super familiar with Family Guy. The only Family Guy I know you've seen is the Christmas episodes we watched last Christmas or last December. I don't know if you've ever watched it on TV anywhere else. I'm sure you've seen clips or memes.
Maybe.
So did you have a favorite character though? I mean, you knew Stewie was Darth Vader. I remembered Stewie's name.
name I can remember. I don't know anyone else's name.
Stewie Vader is your favorite character?
Yeah. That's pretty much the only one I can remember out of all the family characters.
Well, Peter was Han Solo.
Oh, that's his name.
Lois was Leia. Chris was Luke. And Brian was Chewbacca. And I don't even think we saw Meg at all in this.
She was the worm thingy, the sewer monster and garbage. I
didn't remember seeing her.
It was only for like 2 seconds.
Oh.
She barely had any paw.
But, I guess we'll have to keep our eyes out and see if Meg makes another appearance.
And you say I don't pay attention. I caught that detail.
Maybe that was when they got up to take care of the dog. Because she wouldn't be quiet. But anyways, so moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd also give this one an 8. I think it's really good. It's interesting how they got all the references, and there were a few in there that even I'm not even completely sure. Like Cora asked me when they're escaping the Death Star. I think it's Liam Neeson, Liam Nielsen, the one from Airplane and Naked Gun. I think that's who that is, and it might be an Airplane reference, but I'm not entirely sure. So there are references in here that are older than me. And as far as Cora is concerned, I'm pretty old.
And don't even ask me if I know these.
No.
I'm born in the age of stupid children.
Okay, well, at least you admit it. Alright. But, yeah. So, I guess then we'll just have to... Oh, seriously? Come on. We have to really do this every time we're about to start watching the next one. Alright, well, I guess we're moving on to something dark side. See you guys after we're done.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
You're gonna attack them? That's how you sound. Imagine listening to that all day.
Now, just in time for the holidays, own the next never-before-seen adventure in the Family Guy Star Wars saga. It's an all-new epic of romance, of heroes and villains. I am your father.
What?
Something dark side. Now available on Blu-ray and DVD.
Alright, we just finished something dark side. Can we have the lights back, please? Alright, so, Cora. Essentially, this is just a Family Guy version of The Empire Strikes Back. So what would you give this on a scale of 1 to 10?
8 out of 10 again.
Is it equal to the previous one?
Yeah, basically. The name is a bit better.
Yeah. And
I'll take the
who is your favorite character this time? Is it still Stewie?
Meg, even though she had like 5 seconds of screen time.
Why Meg?
I don't know. Because she had like 1 line and the entire movie. Or, sorry, episode.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had done some funnier stuff with the character who was playing Yoda. I mean, he's a very minor character as far as I remember in the actual Family Guy show. Did you have a favorite joke or one that really stood out?
No, but for when the Stewie announced that he was Luke's father, even though that kind of makes no sense. I expected something different. A different joke. But I'm pretty sure that's what I get for watching YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Honestly, like I was telling you before, I'll repeat it for the camera. I always kind of wanted Family Guy to make a prequel version of these episodes where they retell the prequels in their own way with their own jokes. But one of the jokes that I really wanted is I wanted Chris to play Anakin until he gets turned into Darth Vader. And when he gets turned into Darth Vader, that's when he becomes Stewie. I think that'd be really funny. But, alright, well then, moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this one probably also an 8 out of 10. It's pretty equal to the first one, even though this was around the time they started to go on with jokes just a little too long. And I'm so thankful for some of the jokes that seem to go on a really long time. They didn't push the envelope here and make them go on for a long time in this. For instance, they kind of had the Peter skinning his knee joke, only this time it was one of the AT-AT walkers. And in normal Family Guy, that would go on for like a full 2 minutes. This was only like maybe 30 to 40 seconds.
Hey, still pretty funny.
We also saw the chicken, and if you're familiar with the chicken, there's a whole battle thing between Peter and the chicken, and that usually goes on for like 5 minutes worth of screen time, and takes place in various locations, and I'm glad they didn't put that in here, as it really wouldn't have made sense.
I guess the chicken got its revenge, or whatever.
No, that's the joke, is that the chicken never dies, and it keeps coming back after Peter, and they always keep getting into these long battles that take them all over the place. And like I said, it goes on for far too long. But anyways, with that said, I think we've reached the end of the scores, and I don't want to say it because I know exactly what's going to happen. I guess it's time to move on. And, of course, it's a trap. I knew it. Alright, well, we'll see you guys as soon as we finish. It's a trap!
A long time ago, when you could actually go to Mexico on vacation. It's the third, last, and final chapter in the Family Guy Star Wars saga.
Can we at least put together a press release that says I'm resigning of my own accord to pursue other evil projects?
It's a trap.
Ow! Oh, my side! Ow! Ah!
Join the further adventures of Luke Skywalker.
Free us or die!
Han Solo.
Sorry. Been building up for a while. I'm so sorry about this.
Princess Leia.
Leo.
Chewbacca.
Oh, God!
C-3PO and R2-D2.
Well, there are all kind of manner of crazy monsters in here.
Yeah, they added even more for the special edition.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
And Darth Vader.
Skywalker's on that ship.
You can sense him.
No, he's right there.
It's a trap.
Alright, so we are done. Can we have our lights back again? Alright. So, it's a trap. This one was basically a retelling of Return of the Jedi. With the Family Guy twist, of course. So, starting with Cora. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this?
7 out of 10. It's okay. The first two, in my opinion, was like this much better, but the jokes are still equally as funny.
Yeah, plus there's probably more of the jokes like you didn't get. More of the jokes are just repeated in this one.
The joke I was expecting for like the classic death pose, and it happened like 5 times, I think.
Okay.
Okay, you really need to catch up on memes.
Well, anyways, what was your favorite joke in this?
Death.
Huh?
Death pose.
What pose? Show me the pose.
No.
Anyways, did you have a favorite character in this one?
Stewie.
Stewie again? Do you have a favorite part?
No.
No? Nothing? Okay. Thought you were gonna say when Yoda was dying, he kept going, Luke! Blah blah blah. Luke! Blah blah blah. Luke!
Well, just away.
I thought that was gonna be your favorite because you were laughing pretty hard then. But, alright, well then moving on to my score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I actually would give this a 6. It really did not seem like they liked doing this one. I mean, they kept writing in jokes that made it seem like they didn't want to do this. Right from the very beginning of the freaking bit to the freaking end. So, yeah, I like some of the jokes, but like I said, there are some jokes in this that at this point it was starting to get to the point where it's like the one of the jokes I absolutely hate in Family Guy is whenever they cut away to like these really old singers and it's like no one knows this song, no one knows this singer you're randomly bringing up. This isn't that funny. And then there was like a really bad CGI Darth Vader helmet on the guy. And, I mean, luckily that didn't go on too long. Normally they play like half the freaking song when they do that kind of joke. But this time it's like only 15 seconds long maybe. Thank God. And I think they knew because like, okay, we gotta fit a 3-hour movie into a 40-minute slot, so... but that is the end of this. And so this is going to kick off our Star Wars month. We'll be doing some other stuff. We will be revisiting the actual Star Wars universe with Rogue One and the Solo movie, since we covered all the main 9 movies. Plus we'll probably be watching the Ewok movies this month. So... with that said, we will see you all during the next review. Until then,
may the 4th be with you.
See you guys next time.
Bye.